and today I'm doing a prep-a-day, can-a-day video. This is the prep-a-day. I am going to can enchilada sauce tomorrow, and I need to prep everything. There's a little bit of work that goes into it, and so because of time constraints, I'm going to do it in 2 days and get it all done. So what I'm going to show you how I get ready for the whole process. I've got my jars washed and ready to go. They don't have to be sterilized. It's up to you whether you want to do that. They're going to be in the canning process plenty of time to sterilize everything in this jar, because this is a pressure canning video. So I've got 7 pint jars that I'll be canning. I have my this is a kraut masher. Somebody asked me in one of my videos what it was, and I sent a link for it. It just holds my rings in a little tidy spot there, if that makes sense. And I've got all my tools. I've got my canning mat. I have my tongs to get my Tatler lids, my magnetic wand to get my button top lids, because I'm going to use both, and my jar lifter. And I've got, okay, so I'm going to use both Tatler lids and button top lids. So I wanted to show you something. I'm going to use the Tatler lids that are already stained from enchilada sauce, not my new white ones, or the ones that are not stained. And these have a little Sharpie mark. I'm going to mark another Sharpie mark on these 3 Tatler lids that I'll be using, or actually I'm doing 4 Tatlers, 3 button top. And the gasket, I put a Sharpie mark every time I use it. And then that way I know how many uses each gasket has had. You can use each of these rubber gaskets about 10 times or more. But as soon as they fail, if I can't see another reason why they failed, I toss them. I toss the gasket, not the lid. The lids are good indefinitely. So I've got some beautiful onions from last fall, still just as beautiful as I picked them. Last fall out of my garden, I've got white onions here, and there's 6 small ones, and then just an added bonus there. So I really like the onion flavor, and these are such a mild onion anyway, but that mild onion flavor in the enchilada sauce. I've got my 5-quart Cuisinart stock pot here, about half full with water. That's what I'm going to steep my peppers in. And I've got my canner out. So I've got my peppers, my cumin, my chicken bouillon, my garlic, my onions, a little salt, everything I'm going to need for this recipe in my canner. Now this is this is in my Amazon link down below. I've got an Amazon store. You can see all the canning supplies I use, including these stock pots. But this is my little 10.1 All-American canner. So to get it ready, I make sure I can see through the petcock right here. This is the vent pipe. I make sure I can see clearly through there just fine, yes. And if you couldn't, you could clean that out with like a, I don't know, pipe cleaner. You could clean that out, but I always store my canner with the lid upside down, and my weight that's inside for it, my canning rack. You need that on the bottom of your canner, and I always have a paper towel in there just in case there's any additional moisture. It's going to absorb it. And you want to take the rim of your canner and just a thin layer, just as thin as you would put lip gloss on or lip balm. Thin layer of petroleum jelly to keep your canner from seizing up on you. I've had that happen with this canner, and it's easy to get the lid back off, but I've already done that. So this canner is ready to go. I will put, about a tablespoon, maybe even, not even a tablespoon of white vinegar, and put 3 inches, and I measure with my fingers, 3 inches. Actually, it only needs about 2.5 for this canning process, because these jars are going to be going for 40, I believe it's 40 minutes, maybe it's 45. and they're gonna be in the canner in plenty of water, and that it won't evaporate all the water by the time that canning session's gone. So this is gonna get over on the stove, and we're gonna get to prepping these peppers. So I'm gonna use the old peppers first, and I've got in here, and this is in a Tupperware modular mate. Don't forget, check the links down below. I've got my Tupperware link is down there. Modular mates are airtight, watertight, and they keep everything as fresh as the day you put it in there. But I want to use the old peppers before I store the new bag of peppers. I've got 1 bulb of garlic. I'm probably going to use about half of that in this recipe. A little bit of salt, some chicken bouillon. It's going to be delicious. Super easy. Oh, I need Mexican oregano. Don't forget the Mexican oregano, okay? So I'm going to get to cleaning these peppers. And really and truly, all I'm doing is taking that stem out. And you can wear gloves if these peppers are going to bother you. Put some gloves on. And this is going to be a mixture of peppers. You can use any kind of combo you like. And I've got some little hot roasted peppers over there. I'm going to add some of those. So these, you can roast these on, in a pan on the stove first, but typically I don't end up doing that. So I think these are pasilla peppers. I'll put a couple of those in there. I'm going to bring you in so you can see up close what I'm doing. Get all these seeds. The seeds can cause this to be bitter, and you don't want bitter sauce. That's terrible. Bitter sauce is terrible. But I'm also going to be straining this out. So, all right, come on in. Okay, so I'm going to put some of these hot peppers in here too. If you want, you can just kind of break that so it get the seeds out of there. This is going to make it spicy, and I love spicy. You don't have to do spicy at all. You can do all mild chilies if you like, but I like spicy. It's so good for you. It's good for your metabolism. It's good for all kinds of stuff. And, okay, that's probably enough of those. Anyways, so I've got those. And usually you have to buy a big giant bag of those. And then these, I believe, are New Mexico chilies here. Just if you don't feel like you've got all the seeds or can't get all the seeds out, just split the pepper in half and it'll help. But I am going to strain it. Like I said, I'm going to strain this. So I'm going to get to steeping these peppers. Oh my goodness. And then and I'm gonna do this a little bit different method today for you guys, so it won't be exactly like I did in the last time I made enchilada sauce for you. But we're gonna get it all prepped today, and then tomorrow it's gonna be off to the races, canning. And I'll decide whether I put it all on one video or we do it on separate videos. Okay. Oh, boy. Some of those tops are hard to get off, but make sure that you, even though, these are dried peppers, they still have a good bit of oil to them. And that could really cause some issues. So be sure and either wear gloves or make sure that you really wash your hands and put a little vegetable oil on your hands, and it'll attract the oil from the pepper. Anyways, that's what's happening right now. And then we're going to get those onions all cut up, and it's going to be good. Okay. And you want to cut your onions pretty small, because I want them to actually be able to be pureed with the peppers as soon as I'm done. Okay, so I did a lot of peppers. It's pretty full in there. I'm gonna get my onions and garlic in there, and then we're gonna steep that for 15 minutes is all I'm gonna do it for. I'll pour off that liquid and add chicken bouillon and broth or water. And then my cumin and all of that is gonna go in there at that point. So it's gonna be delicious. And I finished off the peppers that were in here, so that was quite a few peppers. This actually would hold 2 of those large bags. You would just have to smash them down. But I put that new bag of peppers in here. So we're rotating everything in the pantry. Yum. Okay, let's get to doing these onions. Okay, so I got everything cut up. Let me just tell you, these onions are potent. And I added a small shallot. So I've got about 6 cloves of garlic, 6, 7 cloves of garlic, which I really want the equivalent of 1 per jar, right? I need to get my Mexican oregano out, but I'm gonna get this all, I quartered my onions, so now I'm throwing them. So I quartered them, but look how beautiful. And these onions are from last fall. And here's the center. No sprouting going on, nothing. I mean, these are beautiful, potent little boogers. So we're gonna put these, the onions in here with this. And I'll give you an overview here in a second. But I decided to add a shallot. I don't always do that, but I'm gonna. And all this garlic. And I'm gonna be on a live. So I'm gonna let this sit. And, oh yeah. And it's just gonna sit in the cold water, but see how full this is? So over half full, and this is a 5 quart. So probably a good 3 quarts worth. And I'm gonna, the water's just in there to steep this. Once it steeps for 15 minutes, boom, I shut off the heat, and I will then heat up in a different pan. I'll heat up my sauce. I'll drain this off. I'll heat up my broth, I should say, or my bouillon, and then I'll add my oregano, my cumin, and everything to that, and we'll puree it, and we have, boom, enchilada sauce. So guys, this is easy. Now, I'm gonna bring you back for the next video when we're canning this up. So I think I'll stop the video right here and let you know that we're gonna come back, and tomorrow we're gonna can this up. We're gonna finish this, and we're gonna strain it off, and we're going to get it canned. And so I hope that it inspires you to make your own enchilada sauce. It's so delicious, and the way that prices are going up, it's an economical way. You can grow the onions, the garlic, you could even grow the chilies and dry them out, but the chilies really aren't, so far, they're not that expensive, and chilies go a long way for a punch of flavor. All right, and you could actually do this with chili powder if you wanted to. Buy it in bulk and do it that way. But we're gonna do it this way today. Okay, I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.